Uh, Hi, today we are going to discuss about navigating the website. What are the different possible
Yeah, the hyperlinks, right?
yes, yes, yes.
But okay,
So in order to navigate to different different websites or different pages, we have a multiple number of techniques in order to do that. We'll start one by one. So
okay,
by using with button we can do navigating. So that is first, in order to do that, first we have to know the different types of properties which are associated with the button. As you know,
okay,
ID and text, these are the common properties, and next is a command name. So command name is also one of the property which is which is used to differentiate the command name among different buttons, or we can say like this, or it is used to identify the command name of the button. Okay, means generally if you have a multiple buttons in your form, okay, instead of doing instead of creating a multiple number of button clicks, okay, by a common mechanism, by a common click event mechanism, we can work with a different number of buttons. How can we identify each and every button? With the help of a command name, we can identify that this request is coming from this button. This request is
okay,
coming from this button. As we already seen in radio button, right? So generally, instead of going with a multiple number of events, just we gave one event name, and that event name will be it will be served for all the three buttons, where we identified each and every button with the name of with the property of a checked, radio button 1 checked or radio button 2 checked, like that we identified, right? In the
right,
concept of button, we make use of command name. By using command name we can identify, okay, this request is coming from button 1, this request is coming from button 2, like that we can identify. Okay, anyway, we can see, we can make use of all these properties in practical, so no issues. So you can for time being you can remember that command name is used to identify the name of the command of a particular button, okay, so that it can be differentiated from one button to another button. In such a way you can you can remember. Next is
okay,
nothing but command argument. Okay, this is also one of the most important property. So say for example, we are dealing with the multiple buttons. We need to pass some information to a common method. Okay, argument is nothing but, what is an argument? Which is nothing but a parameter which we have to pass to a particular method or something, right? So generally whenever we are using a command argument, so it shows an command argument associated with the button. It shows an command argument associated with the button. See, when you click on that button, if you want to transfer some information along with a button click, you can pass that information. Whatever the information that you want to pass. Like it is an object kind of information, which means that there is no restriction that you have to pass this type of data type only. You can pass any type of data. Okay, so for every click, if you wish to pass some information, that information we can pass with the help of our command argument. Okay, and this also
okay,
we can see that in practical. So here one more which is also one of the common thing, but not for all most of the controls, that is nothing but enabled. So enabled is nothing but generally visible. You understand visible, right? If you make visible to false means we can't see any control in the form. Okay, So but when in the case of enabled, if you use enabled equal to false, by default it is in true. If you use enabled equal to false, it is displayed in the form in an, like, in a blurred state. If it is in a blurred state, we can't perform any operations with on that button. Okay, I'll show you how it can be possible. uh, it shows the enabled state of the button. So for example, just I want to change ID of this button, so or else we can make it button navigate. So I want to, change the text to navigate. Okay, now I double click on this, I got a click event. Just I want to write some code, response.redirect. We just make use of navigating this page. Okay, when I click on this, it will be navigate to some other page. Just I'm going to run this page. This is one way of redirecting from one page to another page. So when I click on this button, so it is navigating to my blog. Okay, now
Okay.
what I'm going to do is, here I have a enabled property, right? By default it is in true mode. I make it to false. Now you can see the difference. Control will be there, but it is in an, blurred state. So blurred state, when it won't perform. I'm clicking this button, but it won't perform an action. Okay, this is nothing but our enabled state. Got my point? So
Yeah.
it will be visible to the end user, but it is not an full-fledged visibility. It is not more partial visibility. So if it is in blur state, you can identify that is an enabled state of the particular button is false. Okay, it is just for visibility purpose. We can't do anything with that button. So
Okay.
that is the use of enabled. So if it is a visibility is false, means we can't see anymore. Okay,
Okay.
next, these are two important things. So for the button on client click, okay, most of these properties are common for all button related controls. Okay, image button, you have different types of buttons, right? For all these things, link button, most of the controls are common on client click. This is used to execute on a client side declared function. We have to specify client side function. So for example, if you want to do some kind of action at client side with the help of JavaScript or whatever the thing that you have, so you can write your own function at the client side. Okay, you can call that function on client click, so that automatically whatever the code that is available in client side, that will be executed here. Okay, for that purpose we
Just
make
like the
use of,
JavaScript.
yes, just like a JavaScript. You can create your own
So you can
JavaScript
over
function,
there you can put a function name.
function name. Okay, you can provide the definition of a function, and here you just call that function. Means you have to put your function name. That's it. Then automatically on client click make use of that function, and when you click on that button, automatically this function is going to be executed and provides a result to us. For that purpose, we make use of on client click. In order to use JavaScript functions, we can make use of on client click. Next is post back URL. Post back URL. It specifies URL to post when the button is clicked. By using this, we can navigate to the internal web pages which are available in the project. Means by using this postback URL, so we can select what are the pages which are available in the page. These are the number of pages, right? So by using this postback URL, we can navigate from one page to another page which are in our project. So for example, I'm in navigate axis. Say for example, when I wish to navigate a CB list, then I can select that and I can click on OK, so that when I click on that button, it will redirect to CB list. Okay, these are the
Yes.
most common properties. And tab index we already discussed earlier in this tab index. These are the most important properties for related to the button. Now we can make use of these properties. Except command argument and command name, we can make use of these properties. Okay, because command argument and command name I will cover in different session, so in which you can understand what are the different things related to this. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I written server side code for this in order to navigate, right? So instead of that, I want to write some client side code. So I already told you that always client side code we have to represent in head section, right? So you can keep all that code in script tag. Okay, here type equal to, you can provide the type text of slash javascript. Here I would like to declare one function. This is the syntax to declare a function. So just you have to use a function keyword. So I would like to call one function. Okay. So in this function, I want to write some alert kind of thing. Alert. Just I put button clicker itself. Here I just put a comment for this. Uh, Here we have on client click. This is one of the property that we have for button. Just I am going to call this function. When I am executing this form, the moment when I clicked on this button, so I got a output that is nothing but button click, which is coming from my function. So nothing but a JavaScript function. This is a client-side script function. Likewise, we can write whatever we want. Okay. Suppose in order to navigate, we can write, if you want to write a code for navigation, we can write for code for navigation. Anything that we can specify here, like alert button, confirm button, anything. Okay. So that is the use of on client click. And say for example, I'm using postback URL. So postback URL, just I want to navigate to radio example, so that I select radio exe dot. Now which one is going to be called? So generally always our first preference is for the client side script, and then it will comes to the server. Client side script is nothing but our JavaScript. See, I specified these two things here, on client click and post back URL. First it hits to the client side, and client side things will be executed at first. See, that will be executed, and then your server side code got to be executed. In this way, we can make use of postback URL and as well as on client click. Okay, on client click is for client side code, postback URL is for server side code. Okay, and in server side mechanism, we can make use of one more approach, that is nothing but response.redirect. That is, you can pass whatever the URL that you want. Okay, and one more thing to transfer with the help of our coding is, we have one more function, that is nothing but a transfer function, which is server dot, which is coming from HTTP utility. So server.transfer, we can make use of this one. Whenever we are using server.transfer, it should not be connected to other website. It should always be connected to our internal website. See, means we have to provide our our internal pages only. So for example, I want to call cblist.aspx, cblist.aspx. Just here, I don't want to make use of other things. Okay. So, yes. Okay. Now I'm trying to execute this function. So when I click on this button, so it is navigating to CB list.aspx. So checkbox list. We are in CB list. Okay, so that is with the help of our server.transfer. Say for example, if you write a code like this, if you want to transfer to other websites with the help of server.transfer, it provides an error because it is not eligible to transfer or request to other websites. It is for the transferring for internal purpose. So invalid path for child request. A virtual path is expected. A virtual path is nothing but our internal path is expected. So that's what it is telling. Okay. So for server.transfer, using server.transfer, we are going to navigate to our internal pages which are associated in the project. So tilt operator, why I am using this tilt operator means, it indicates that root folder. So here this is nothing but a direct root folder. We don't have any other folder structures. That's the reason where we provided this tilt operator. Tilt means nothing but root folder. Okay. Let us see without using a tilt also. So it also, so generally whenever we are not using CB tilt operator, we directly searching for that folder. If it is available, it will come. So otherwise it won't come. So here there is no folder for us. So that's why without using tilt also it come. But best practice, use this tilt operator, because whenever we are creating our own folders, like add a new folder, at that time, so then new folder is about new virtual directory. At that time, it may got a problem for us if you are not using tilt operator. Okay. In this way, through coding, we can navigate with the help of response.redirect and server.transfer. Response.redirect, we can make use of internal pages and external pages, but server.transfer, we can make use of only internal pages, not external pages. So through property wise, we can make use of postback URL and we can make use of on client click. With these two, we can navigate from one page to another page. There is a difference between response.redirect and server.transfer. Those differences we will see in next session. Okay, so through button, these are the possible ways to navigate from one page to another page. Now let us see what was the different another control that we have, that we can make use for navigating purpose. Next is hyperlink. This is also used for the purpose of connecting from one section or form to another. Let us see properties for this. Once we're done with an event for this, then we'll go to the button related events. So properties, most of the properties are common. So I did text and all those things. So enable all these things. Here we have a provision to pass image URL, image width, navigate URL. These are the three different properties that we have to deal with hyperlink. ID is common, text is common, and enabled is common. So here new thing is image URL. URL to specify specify for the image which has to be displayed on the control. Okay, for this we have one more property, that is nothing but which image width, which is used to set the width of an image that which has to display. Okay, so and other is navigate URL. This is also one of the important property. Navigate URL. It is used to specify the URL to navigate. So now what we have to do is, first I would like to change the ID HYP navigate. Just I use navigate as a text. Suppose if we are going to give image URL, then we have to create one of the root structure for images. From that structure we are going to browse our images. See, let me create one folder. So just right click on this, add. Directly we can create as a new folder. So I would like to give the name for the new folder is images. Right click on this and click on add a new folder. Just I'm going to give a name it as images. I want to add few images. Okay, so add new item. I would like to take add existing item. I have few images on desktop. I would like to get that image. Or else simply copy the image and paste here. That is very simple technique. Directly You can right click and paste here. So I got one image, right? So now what I'm going to do is, just instead of image URL, just I'm clicking on this, click on this image button, select the image that what I have to require, click on that. Automatically, instead of that name, image has to be displayed. Okay. By using this here, width and height properties are there. You can set how much width you want, how much height you want, that you can provide. So this is nothing but 250 pixels, and this is nothing but 250 pixels. Okay. So like that, I can provide an image in an hyperlink. Now navigate URL. Here also we have a possibility to select for which page we have to navigate. Okay. So just I would like to select basic cx.aspx. Okay. By using this, we don't have a provision to navigate from one page to another website. We have a provision to navigate internally only which within the pages which are available in our internal website. Okay, just I'm going to execute this one. Let us see how we will get an output. So here I click on this button. So now I navigated to basic examples. Okay, in this way we can make use to navigate with the help of our navigate URL. These are the properties which are associated with hyperlink. Now let us see events associated with navigate button. Okay, these are the default events. These are the default events. So for every for every control in ASP.NET we'll have some events. Some are default events. Okay, there is no event which has to be declared that in a regular point of view. So generally when you click on this, you won't get any default event like button. Suppose when I click on this button, you will get a click event, right? But as similar to that, when you click on this, you won't get any default event because this is an inbuilt page events. Okay, so we can say button has no explicit event to do more programming. Okay, so now let us see events related to a button. So here we can see click is an event and command, data binding, dispose. So all are, see, except command, all are common events which is similar to hyperlink. Data binding, dispose, init, load, pre-render, unload, these are the nothing but page level events. We'll see what are the page level events in the topic. We'll get to know. See, data binding, dispose, init, load, pre-render, unload. Okay, button has one more event called command event. Okay, so let us see events related to a button. One is click event. We already aware of click event. Next is command. It fires when the button is clicked, and then associated command is defined. Suppose here we have to pass what are the command that we want, means function name we have to pass here. The same function is going to be applicable for multiple number of buttons. Suppose you have three buttons. I want to make in common common click event, then I can pass one command name here. The same command I would like to copy paste for button 1, button 2, button 3. Then when we click on that button, that function, that event is going to be fired. So whenever that event is going to be fired, with the help of a command name, we can differentiate. This request is coming from this button. This request is coming from this button. Okay, likewise we can differentiate with the help of a command event. So simply command and click are the similar kind of events, but click is dealing individually separately for each and every button, but command is dealing as a common practice for each and every button. By using that common method, we can write our own logic which are related to button 1, button 2, button 3. Okay, that we can see in practical way in later examples. Okay, so these are the different properties which are related to hyperlink, and there is no actional event for a hyperlink. We can make use of properties in order to navigate from one page to another page. Now I would like to navigate to next control. This is nothing but next control is nothing but image button, which is also a button related controls. So most of the properties which are available with button are repeated. This control is also used to navigate from one page to another page. Here there is no text property is available for this button. So here we have to pass image URL and as well as image alignment. Okay, and what are the things that we have enabled. So here we can pass command argument, command name, and these are the common, right? So now this is a different one, description URL. The URL contains detailed description of the image. Means say for example, if you want to click on that, means which is as similar to a navigate URL which is available in hyperlink. Okay, whatever the page you selected, that page will be automatically displayed for us. Okay, next I want to set image URL here. Okay, image alignment, you can set left side or right side. You can set middle also, and you can set bottom. Like we have different things to align. So on client click and post back URL, these are also common thing. On client click and post back URL, and tab index is also common, and tooltip is also common. So like visible width, all these are common. Okay, here just I provided home page. So just I'm going to click on this one. So when I click on this, so just it is going to display. When I click on this, I just navigate. Say when I click home page, right, I need to navigate to home page. Let me check whether home.asx is available or not. Home.asx is available. Home. So just I want to give this is an post back URL. And click on this. I am navigating to home.asx. Okay, so in this way we can navigate with the help of image button. Here also in on client click we can write our own JavaScript function and we can call when it is required. Okay. Now one more we have that we covered like image and hyperlink. No, that is nothing but link button. This is the last button, which is also as similar to which is also button type of control. Most of the properties are common from the button itself. Let us see.
Okay.
One page to another web page. Properties. I can say most of the properties are repeated here, except image URL and all those things. So image URL, image alignment is not at all required for this. Enabled is there, and here command argument, command name are common. Command description URL not available here. Next here on client click is available because this is a button related thing. Okay, and post back URL is available here, and tab index this is also available here, and the tooltip is also available here. There is nothing difference for button and link button here itself. Okay, but button have like more number of features. Features in the sense with the help of a button generally usually we can do more things we can use commonly, but link button also same properties and same events, but we can use that in a limited manner, not in a regular manner. Okay, just we can make use of a post back URL. So just I would like to navigate to checkbox here. So just I'm going to execute this one. When I click on this link button, I'm navigating to checkbox VX example. These are the possible ways for navigating from one website to another website. Okay. Any queries so far?
No, this is
No.
clear.
Okay. Uh,
It's okay.
yeah. This is the concept of navigating a website from one page to another page. Now let us see the
Okay.
differences between server.transfer and response.redirect. So here we can see what are the possible differences in between these two. See, whenever we are using a server.transfer, it transfers user request within the available pages in the root directory. That you got this point, right? So whenever we are using server.transfer, it is navigating the user request to available pages in the root directory. Root directory is nothing but in our root project. So what are the pages that is available in this project? So with the help of server.transfer, we can navigate among these pages only. Next difference is it transfers the user request to any of other pages. By using this response.redirect, we can navigate from one page to another page. So the page itself indicates that maybe internal page, maybe external page. Okay, external website also. So generally, it is server.transfer. It is faster in processing than server response.redirect. It is slower in process than server.transfer. Server.transfer is always fast. Why? Because we no need to connect to other website, right? So our our page transformation will be done within our internal pages, so that server.transfer is always faster than response.redirect. Response.redirect is a small which processes slowly when compared to server.transfer, because here we have a provision to hit to another server, so means another website, so that obviously we will get like some minute seconds of difference in terms of page processing. That's the reason where response.redirect yields a like slower results when compared to server.transfer. That is our second difference. It has a round trip and it has a no round trip. So means round trip in the sense, generally I would like to show you. I'm navigating, I write response.redirect. I'm going to execute this page. I'm going to click on this page. So see, this page processing is taking some time, right? So this is nothing but a kind of rendering. So now what I'm going to do is, so generally I would like to here I open this page. Okay, it's clear. When I click on this back button, means when I click on this button, I got to same page. Means this is nothing but round trip. If your back button is enabled, that is nothing but your round trip. So now what I'm going to do is, I would like to enable server.transfer. Okay. Now I'm going to execute this page. Execute this page. Okay. Now I'm going to click on this button. See, round trip is nothing but here we don't have a processing. So just we are landing in the whatever the page that we requested. So generally this is nothing but a round trip. So even we don't have a processing like page processing kind of thing which we didn't like observed here. But in response.redirect we did that. Like we observed that like page processing. Next is, in this we will pass a query string information. In this we are unable to pass query string information. Query string information means, say for example, I would like to take CB list A equal to 10. Okay. So question mark, whenever we are use question mark is nothing but, that is nothing but your query string. Means I am trying to pass some information to a page that is nothing but CB list.aspx. So means here if you want to transfer information from one page to another page, we can make use of query strings itself. So just I am clicking on this website. So I passed using query string. So generally we can't pass query strings in response.redirect. Suppose if I pass a query string A equal to 10 means automatically we will end up with an error that the page is not found. We'll see in state management techniques how we use query strings and all those things. See, but it should give an error because this is my internal page. I keep on opening. That's the reason it is coming. We are unable to pass some information to an external websites with the help of a query string. Okay, like A equal to 10 or something. Suppose if you copy paste and if you open maybe in, because this is a my internal page, I keep on opening this multiple times, but it should not come. Okay, suppose if I pass like google.com, google.com a equal to 10, suppose it should not come, so we can't pass. Okay, I will show you in practically. Anyway we are going to deal with query strings. And next difference is, this is the syntax server.transfer, where we can use tilt operator for root folder, and response.redirect we can pass HTTP and whatever the web page that we want to transfer. So generally whenever we are using server.transfer, we no need to show the real URL where we redirected requested in the user's web browser. Here we are showing a real page. Means what does it means? Means actually when I am going to use response.redirect. So what was our page name? Our page name is nothing but navigating ex.aspx, right? We got our real URL here. When I click on this navigate, when I click on this navigate button, I got my new URL, right? When I use response.redirect, I got new URL. But whereas in the case of server.transfer, this is my server.transfer. Whereas in the case of server.transfer, so let us check. This is our real URL, right? When I click on CB list something, you navigate it to CB list page, but your URL is nothing but your base page URL. In server.transfer, you always get a base page URL, not a child page URL. Okay, that is your last difference. Okay, these are the difference between server.transfer and response.redirect.
Okay.
Okay, so am I clear?
Yeah.
So among all these topics, I think you are pretty clear for this, right?
Yeah.